here we go again. Singing lesbian witches worked so well for the Acolyte, so why not try it once more with feeling? Hello, I'm Marvin, and I'm the Movie Monster. Marvel had won a lot of hearts and minds back with the release of Deadpool and Wolverine earlier this year. People saw it as a return to form, a reinvestment in quality entertainment. Many believe Marvel was finally abandoning the ultra-woke restructure of the Marvel Cinematic Universe post-Endgame, a phenomenon Gary from Nerdrotic accurately dubbed the MSHEU. But
who's been messing up everything?
It's been Agatha all along.
Yes, this week Disney Plus will be launching its new original Marvel series, Agatha All Along. Now, this is a show about the villain of WandaVision, Agatha Harkness. Now, you might be confused. Marv, I thought Wanda was the villain of WandaVision because she enslaved an entire town of men, women, and children to pantomime and play act with her because she was sad. You might think that, but instead of that interesting take, there was instead an evil witch who Feige and company decided needed to be the actual big bad here. But all in all, Agatha Harkness was utterly forgettable, and I think when Wanda cursed her to live in the town under her hex persona, we were all fine, just never thinking about her again. But you forget that this was the era of Victoria Alonso, and if there was a way to put someone who's gay and female in the spotlight, then damn it, she was gonna take it. And so we got Agatha All Along, a show about a forgettable villain that no one likes or remembers, a show that no one asked for, a show that is made for absolutely no one. From the trailers, we can determine that Agatha All Along is about a coven of witches, but not just witches, lesbian witches. But not just lesbian witches who sing.
Power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
Son of a bitch!
Yes, if this sounds familiar, that's because we're all back in hell. This is essentially the second season of The Acolyte that a bunch of wokey weirdos who never actually watched the show have been screeching about on Twitter X for the better part of a month. It's a show about a morally gray protagonist group of lesbian witches who are misunderstood and ostracized from the public for being what they are.
The galaxy is not a place that welcomes women like us.
Son of a bitch!
We're trading lesbian space witches for lesbian earth witches and going back in for a second helping of vapid failure.
Fools! Idiots! Imbeciles!
But not only are they hitting some of the same story beats, they're hitting the same promotional beats as well, with Aubrey Plaza standing for a totally not at all planned interview with Variety, in which she confirms that this is the gayest Marvel project of all time. Not unlike Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, Leslye Headland, confirming that The Acolyte was the gayest Star Wars project of all time.
Fools! All of you!
Sure, it failed spectacularly once, but I have a feeling that Disney figured out the singing lesbian witch formula this time, and we're gonna talk about it today on Tooney Town TV. Who's that gaying up everything? It was Agatha all along, apparently. So, after Disney marketed The Acolyte as the gayest Star Wars ever, Aubrey Plaza and others on the red carpet of the Agatha All Along premiere have said that Agatha All Along is the gayest Marvel project ever. So this worked out so well the first time, we've decided, hey, round two, fight. It's only about a month after Lucasfilm and the Walt Disney Company scrapped the quote-unquote gayest Star Wars ever with The Acolyte. So this is Aubrey Plaza, who played April on Parks and Recreation, one of my favorite shows of all time. April, one of my favorite characters of all time. I liked Aubrey Plaza up until this moment. You know, I thought she was great, but wait till you see what... she responded when they asked her if this was going to be the gayest Marvel project of all time. She goes, "It better be, because that's what I signed up for. I think it is." Ugh. Look, and it's not that I have a problem with anyone being gay on the show. I mean, Buffy the Vampire Slayer is my favorite show of all time, and that had a main gay character, one of the first main openly gay characters of all time, you know, ever. It's the fact that we're talking about it like it's, you know, like it's the civil rights movement for gay people. We're once again holding up inclusion and diversity as if it is, you know, the main thing to take away from a television show. And it never is, folks. It never is. It always means we've got no story. We've got nothing of note. So the only thing we can lean on is holding up this shield. And then anyone who attacks us, we can call them homophobes. So she later claimed that the show will be, quote, a gay explosion by the end of it. Wow. This is really talking people in the room, I'm sure. You know, we've seen the way Lightyear tanked, Strange Worlds tanked, the Acolyte tanked, and now here we go again. And, you know, Hollywood just keeps thinking that if they just keep saying the word gay enough times, and this is by the way, Variety, and the same guy, you know, he's, you know, going up to her, and I'm sure this was planned. I'm sure that everything she's saying here was cleared by Disney and Marvel. But she wasn't the only one. Actress Sashir Zamata also agreed that the show is the gayest project Marvel has ever done. She said, I would agree with that. When asked to explain why, she said, you'll see when you watch it. I don't think we will. I don't think we will, Sashir. But I think witches are queer inherently just because we're outcast and set aside for many reasons. And I think this show shows a really good representation, well, there's that word, representation of different types of people, and that we can use all the power that we have to go forth and be great. Yes, because what that all matters with who we sleep with. That is the only thing that matters in life. You know, it doesn't matter about story, it doesn't matter about character. Look at this guy smugly smiling as she like explains this to him. Actor Joe Locke, who you know, has been very outspoken. His character is like the gayest Marvel character to ever exist, and like I think maybe the gayest character in anything to ever exist this side of Mario Cantone. He explained it's got many layers. Definitely gay is one of them. Oh, yeah, so many layers. This show is like a rainbow lasagna. When asked about being in two gay shows back to back, he said, I think that's also one of the great things about the show is that Hot Stopper, the queerness is the plot of the show, whereas in this, it's like teens, that's his character, which by the way, his character is Wiccan, Wanda's son, from WandaVision. Like it's very clearly Wiccan, and we're just calling him teen. So he's like, this is like teens queer. There's queer characters in the show, but it's not the driving force for the plot. I doubt that's true. I have a feeling that's going to be the only thing that this show has going for it, which I think is really great. It's really nice having these positive queer characters in the show. It's great. Tony Khan has shown us that when you say great enough times in the same sentence, you're clearly trying to hide the fact that something is, in fact, not great. Showrunner Jack Sheffer, I guess that's how you say that, reacted to the show being described as the gayest Marvel show ever by saying, I will take that and I will love that and I will tuck that under my pillow at night. That's what I will say. I will say this show is about love. It's about found family, theatricality. It's about nastiness. Oh my goodness. Get over yourself, lady. When asked what kind of nasty, she said the good kind, the fabulous kind, the well-styled kind. That's our show. Good Lord. Nothing when I watch the show was like, this is a well-styled show. Like, no, this is going to be just an absolute train wreck. Nobody's going to watch it. They're talking people out of the room right now. Marvel Studios casting director Sarah Haley Finn confirmed that Marvel wanted a queer person to play the role of teen in the show. She said, we did want to cast that role authentically, and let's also be honest, this is a character who is a teenager. So this is not a question we're going to ask teenagers to come out and have to answer, really, because that's what you seem like you're doing. I'm sorry, like you've very much like Disney as a company has been pushing its quote not so secret queer agenda on on teens for how long now? I mean, like everything that Disney's putting out has a rainbow aura around it. And again, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it in your life. I'm not here to judge anyone's lifestyle. Live your life. Love who you want to love. But stop using it as a shield for these television shows. Stop holding up these characters and being like, look how gay he is. So it's not a question we're going to ask you to just come and have to answer. It was just more about, here's the character. We're looking to cast it authentically. Please submit an audition and we're going to take it from there. Joe did an incredible audition. Yeah, okay. So basically what they're saying here is they would only cast a gay person. So really, when you auditioned for this role, if you are not a man who sleeps with other men, then you were not considered for the role. Is that what we're saying here? We wanted to cast the role authentically. So what we said, so she's really trying to cover herself here, because what she's getting caught in right now is basically saying that they rejected several actors, probably hundreds, dozens at the very least of actors based on their sexuality, which is not a legal thing to do. So good job trying to cover your butt there, Sarah Haley Finn. So that begs the question, guys, are you going to watch this show? Is any of this putting you off from watching the show? Is any of this putting you on to watching this show? What do you guys think about the state of Marvel and where it's going? Sound off in the comment section below and let me know. Oh, this show is going to be absolutely putrid. There doesn't seem to be anything redeemable about it or anyone on Earth who's excited for it. It's the MSHEU in its final perfect form. It's going to wipe away every last piece of goodwill that Deadpool and Wolverine gave us, just like bombs like Secret Invasion, the Marvels, and the Eternals obliterated the goodwill earned by Sony's Spider-Man No Way Home. The kid playing totally not Wanda's son Wiccan in this was quoted recently about the show's gayness, saying that Marvel isn't just for straight white men, and he's right. It's not just for them, but they are the primary demographic that consumes this media. Now, if you take out the white part and just make it straight men, then the gap widens even further. Every business on this planet has to cater to the audience that it has, because if you lose them, then you lose. You lose entirely.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
And there's no coming back from that. But Disney Marvel continues to drive away the audience it has for the audience that it wants, and that audience either doesn't exist, doesn't care, or they're just not showing up. I've said before that when all a studio can talk about before the release of a project is its groundbreaking diversity and inclusion, that means it's got nothing in terms of story. Additionally, when a studio keeps its review embargo in place until the day something comes out, it shows they have no faith in the project. Disney Marvel has done both of these things with Agatha All Along, which means we got a bona fide Disney Marvel flop on our hands, and I, for one, can't wait to see it.
This is a lie.
And remember, after this, we've got Captain America Brave New World and the Thunderbolts to get through, which according to all reports are woke masterpieces.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
And apparently they've been reshot over and over again, not to mention Ironheart. So if Deadpool and Wolverine gave you any hope whatsoever, I'm sorry to report that the MSHEU is here to stay. Now, it's possible that the return of Robert Downey Jr., the release of Daredevil Born Again, and the Russos directing the next two Avengers movies might attempt to right this ship. But by then, is there even going to be a ship left? I honestly don't think so, but for some reason, I continue to hold out hope. Thanks for joining us today, and thanks to our channel members. Not only do they get early access to this video and many others, but they also get exclusive videos never released to the public, like Kevin Apollo's rants and Marv's theme park rundown. We're also going to be doing some reaction videos with Trish from Tooney Talk TV, and we have a members-only live stream Friday afternoons at 2 p.m. where channel members get to come on the panel with me. So become a Tooneytown channel member today. And I hope you'll all join us on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. EST for Tooney Talk TV, a live stream pop culture podcast where you can make your voice heard as part of the Tooneytown community. I've been playing with the idea of switching the day and time for that show, and if I do, I'll be sure to let you all know well ahead of time. If you liked what you saw here today, please like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell icon to get notified of new videos as they drop. From all of us here on the Tooneytown channels, I'm Marvin the Movie Monster. Now get out of here!